Hi there, I'm Stella from Stella's Yarn Universe. In today's little crochet tutorial, I will show you how to crochet hair for your doll, in particular a bun. That's because a while back, Laurie, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, asked me about fairy hair, in particular the hairstyle of a certain very famous fairy. And so I thought it's time that I show you how you can do this. This tutorial will be helpful for any crochet doll that you want to crochet hair for. But if you want to crochet this particular one that I made, then you can go to part 1 of my little Cupid tutorial, which I'll link to right here in the corner. Because that's how I made her. I just used the same pattern. I'll also link to the written pattern in the description below if you prefer working with this. The only difference is that I made the body in a different color. So once you finish the legs and then you start connecting them with the 2 chains, that's when you start using the different color for the body, and then later on you switch again. So you can see exactly where in the written pattern on my blog, which I'll link to in the description below. So if you want any other type of hair, like individual attached hair, I have a different tutorial for this, which again I'll link to in the corner. But if you want to give your doll, whether she's a fairy or not, it doesn't matter, a little hair bun, then keep on watching. By the way, I used wire for this little doll, which is why the arms stay in place, however I bend them. My little Cupid tutorial doesn't include how to make a wire frame for your doll, but if that's something that you're interested in, let me know in the comments and I'll make a future tutorial about this. So far I haven't been doing this because I found that many of you make amigurumis for little ones, so wireframes are not suitable for little children to be played with, so that's why I didn't do this so far. But if it's something that you're interested in, definitely let me know. So you will need yarn in the same weight that you crocheted your doll in. In my case, that's DK or light worsted weight yarn. And I'm gonna use this nice pink purplish orchid type color. Then I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook, the same hook that I used to crochet my little doll. And then we'll need a stitch marker and a yarn needle to sew the hair on, and some scissors, of course. Also we need some pins and a little bit of Fiberfill. So we begin by making a circle the size of the head circumference of your doll. So my tiny doll has 30 stitches around the widest spot of the head, so that's what we're going to start with. So we begin with a magic ring. And then we single crochet 6 in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we close the magic ring, and in round 2 we increase in all 6 stitches, so that once the round is done we'll have 12 stitches in our round. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then in round 3 we keep increasing in every other stitch this time. So we single crochet in the next stitch. Also, I'm going to put in my stitch marker now. In the last stitch. And then we increase in the next. Single crochet in the next. And increase in the next. Until the round is complete. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, and increase. Now to continue with our circle and make it bigger, we keep increasing, this time in every 3rd stitch. So we single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then we increase. And we do this 6 times all together, so that we'll have 24 stitches once the round is done. So in every round we increase the stitches by 6. One, 2, and increase. 1, 2, and increase. And once more. 1, 2, and increase. So now we have 24 stitches in our round. And this means I need to increase 1 more round to get to the 30 stitches. So this time we increase in every 4th stitch. So that's 3 single crochet and then increase. And again we do this 6 times all together. That's 3 and increase. 1, 2, 3, and increase. 1, 2, 2, 3, and increase. Three, and increase. So now we have a round of 30, which means that's enough for the hair base for my doll. If you have a bigger doll, then keep increasing this way until you have the same amount of stitches that your doll has at the widest round of the head. So now we'll simply single crochet in all 30 stitches for 3 rounds. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed the 3 rounds. So my 3 rounds of 30 single crochet are complete now, and as you can see, the hair fits on the head, but it doesn't look like hair yet. It just looks like a helmet at the moment. So in the next round we're going to crochet some hair strands and a little bit of a fringe. Alternatively, you could fasten off and then embroider a few single strands to make it look more like hair. So that's another method, depending on which look you're going for. If you want her to have a full fringe, then I recommend actually crocheting it. So this part is going to be in the neck. So now I'm just going to crochet my way up, and I'm doing this the first time. I don't have any pattern yet, so we'll try it out together. I just single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, then when I reach the part where the ears would begin, then I like to half double crochet in this case, because it's a very small doll, and then chain 2 and slip stitch in the next stitch, and then mirror these stitches by again chaining 2 and half double crocheting in the next stitch. So that even if she doesn't have ears, it kind of looks a bit like, it doesn't look like a straight line. It looks like it's going around the ears. And actually, because in this case I'm making a little fairy, I made tiny ears for her, because I think for fairies the ears are very important. The little pointy ears. So I'm going to show you how I made these in a bit. So now we're here. So then I just single crochet in the next I like to make it, you could just, for example, now you made a single crochet, now you chain 1, and then I'm just going to show you so you see the result. Then we double crochet a few stitches, let's say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if that's enough. Let's do 2 more. So 7 double crochet all together. 6, 7, then chain 3. Oops. That's it, and slip stitch in the next stitch. You could make a fringe like this, and then you start here again by chaining 3 and doing a few more, maybe 3 double crochet or 2 before you again repeat these stitches around the ears, and then you have a fringe that looks like this. Let me just actually do it so you see how it looks. 1, 2, 3 chains, then 2 double crochet, then chain 1 and single crochet, and then we repeat this ear part, so we double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, and then the rest would be just single crochet until the round is complete. Just want to show you how this would look in case that's what you want to go for. Okay, so then you would sew the hair on so that you have a little fringe like this with a tiny side parting there. So this looks kind of cute. Or we could do something more fringy. So I'm going back to the single crochet here. That's where I'll start from now. So we could make single strands of hair. So for example, we start with a chain of 3, and then we single crochet in the second chain from our hook, and in the next chain, and then we'd slip stitch, then we'd make the next strand a little longer with 4 chains, then single crochet in the second chain from our hook, single crochet in the next, and in the next, and slip stitch in the next stitch of the round, and the next strand will make a little longer, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, and then we single crochet in the next 4 chains starting from the second from our hook. 3, 4, and slip stitch in the next stitch of the round. Let's just see how it looks. I think this is also going to be cute. So then we chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet 4, starting from the second chain. And slip stitch in the next stitch of the round. Again, chain 5. Single crochet 4. That's 3 and 4. Slip stitch in the next stitch of the round. Just checking to see how it looks. That's cute. That's more of a wild fringe that rolls up a bit. So I think I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4. Single crochet. Slip stitch in the next stitch of the round. And now, because I want the side parting effect with this hairstyle as well, I slip stitch in the next stitch of the round so that there's going to be a little gap, and then I chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet 4, slip stitch in the next stitch of the round, and then the next strand is going to be a bit shorter again with 4 chains and 3 single crochet, 2, 3, slip stitch in the next round, and then 2 chains and 1 single crochet, and single crochet. Let's see where we are now. So the stitch marker is always in the back of the neck. You can also sew the strands down a bit further if you like. So now would come the part where the ear is. So right, we half double crochet in the next, then we chain 2, slip stitch in the next, chain 2, half double crochet, and then we single crochet the remaining stitches of the round. Now I just need to try it on again to decide which way I'm going for. So could also stitch them down like so. Toward this side, which would also look cute. I think I'm going to go with the tidier version that we did before. So let me repeat that. So that was 2 chains, then 7 double crochet, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 3 chains, slip stitch in the next stitch, 3 chains, 2 double crochet, one chain, a single crochet, double crochet, 2 chains, slip stitch, 2 chains, double crochet, and single crochet in the remaining stitches of the round. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Before we fasten off, let's have a look at it again. Yeah, I think that looks cute, especially if you don't stitch it down completely, but leave a bit of a gap there in between the forehead and the fringe. I think that's going to be cute. That's what I'll do. So to smooth the end of the round, we finish with a slip stitch, and now we need a long end for sewing. This should be enough. And now now we make an invisible finish. So we thread the end on our yarn needle, and now we simulate the next stitch, so to speak. So we insert our hook in, we skip the next stitch after the last slip stitch that we made, and then insert our needle in the stitch after, and then we insert our needle in between the front and back loop of the last slip stitch that we made. And now it just looks like another stitch, which makes it much neater than, oh, little fly, which makes it much neater looking. So now this end I'll just hide. Now we can position the hair on the head and sew it on all around. So that's where the pins come in. Just be careful, especially if your doll is as small as mine. The ends might peek out somewhere on the other side, so don't hurt yourself. So now I'll just sew the hair on all around. Just one stitch in the head and then one in the hair. And again in the head, and I try to hide the stitches that I make in the head beneath the hair because they're in the hair color. Oops. And then just decide if you want to sew the fringe down properly or if you want there to be a bit of a gap. I want there to be a bit of a gap, so I'll just sew along here. And then I'll just continue along the hairline until I reach the neck. So the hair base is sewn on all around now, but we still need to make the little bun. Before though, I want to add little ears. If it was just a regular doll, then I wouldn't do this, but because it's a little fairy I'm making, I'm thinking the ears are very important. And I'll just show you how I made them in case you want to make a little fairy as well, with little pointy ears. So I just made a slip knot to make a loop, and then I chained 3. Then I made a slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, and then a half double crochet in the next chain, and then I just fastened off. Not coming through there. That's it. So now we have a tiny ear, and you can make it nice and pointy, like so. So I'm just going to sew them on with a few stitches. I'm doing this on top of the hair on purpose because I want them to stick out. Just want them to be noticeable. So I'll just sew them on a little below the eyes, so they're about one round below eye level. The little ears are sewn on now. I just attach them at the base there so that they stick out a little. So now we can crochet the little bun. And for this we are going to start with a circle again. So we make a magic ring. With 6 single crochet in the first round, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Close the ring. Then we increase in all 6 stitches. Then we increase, Then we increase in all 6 stitches. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we increase in every other stitch in round 3. So single crochet in the next, and then increase in the next. and 5 more times, single crochet and increase, single crochet and increase, and one more, single crochet and increase. So now we have a round of 18 stitches. So if you'd like to give her a small bun, then this is enough. Thinking about if I should leave it at that or make it one round bigger, increase it to 24 stitches. I think I'll increase it further. You know what would also look cute? 2 small ones on each side. That's just another option. So I'm going to keep increasing. You do whatever you like to do. So I increase in every 3rd stitch, and I do this all around so that I'll have 24 stitches. 1, 2, and increase, 1, 2, and increase, 1, 2, and increase, 1, 2, and increase. So now I have 24 stitches. So however many stitches you have, depending on how big you like the bun to be. Now in the next 2 rounds, simply single crochet in all of them. So I'll just single crochet in my 24 stitches for the next 2 rounds. You can pause the video here and hit play once you're done. So my 2 rounds of 24 single crochet are done now. I should just point out that if you're making this hairstyle for a bigger doll, then you need to add more rounds. Of course, the bigger the bun, the more rounds you need to add here. I think this would work for a round of 18 as well as 24, but if it's bigger, you might need to add more rounds here accordingly. So just try to see what works. Now I can see that if I decrease 1 round and then maybe another, then it will look fine. So just try it out and play around with it. So now in the next round, I'm going to decrease. So I single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then decrease. If you haven't tried the invisible decrease method for single crochet before, I'll link to a little tutorial. And that's 2, 1, 2 and decrease. That's 3, 1, 2 and decrease. That's 4, 1, 2 and decrease. And that was the last one. And it's looking good. I think that's enough. You could, if you wanted to, add another round in which you decrease further. Let's try this, just so I can show you how it looks. And who knows, maybe I'm gonna go for that version again. So now we have 18 stitches in our round. And in the next round, we single crochet 1 and then decrease. So if you made a smaller bun with a round of 18, then this is how you would decrease now anyway. So single crochet 1 and decrease. So that once the round is complete, we'll have a stitch count of 12. 1, and decrease. 1, and decrease. And the last one, single crochet 1 and decrease. So let's see how that looks. Oh, I like that. I think I like that better. Look. I'm going with this. So now we fasten off with a long end for sewing. We can hide this yarn end inside. And now we need our Fiberfill. So if you're making this hairstyle for a bigger doll and you need any help, just let me know. Just comment below with your question. Maybe I can help you. a little tiny bit more on this side. That's looking good, and then just pin it in place wherever you'd like it to be. Oh, sorry, my husband is in the kitchen. So it seems. So I think I like that. That's looking cute. So now we're just gonna sew the little bun on all around. So in case you'd like to do this exactly the same way as I'm doing, I'm starting here in the middle of the magic ring. That's where the back of the bun starts. Our little fairy is almost done. I just want to add a little bow. Is it bow or bow? I'm not sure. So I'm just using light green and dark green yarn. Which I just tie around her bun. And then I tie it into a little bow. Cut the ends a bit shorter. I think they need to be even shorter. So this is the hair of our little fairy done. Next time we will crochet the wings, and then in a third video we will crochet a little fairy skirt for her. I hope you enjoyed this crochet tutorial. If you did, please feel free to like this video, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my future crochet tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crocheting. Bye.